embarrassed.
Oh, don't be. Douglas.
Caitlin.
Well, have a good run, Caitlin. Help me.
I am so sorry.
Don't Look Back is a killer chiller with a ghostly overture and pertinent pop culture capture of watch but don't act. Opening news programming shows a disturbing trend of beatings and killings of regular people, and shockingly groups of bystanders just stood around, all watching and even recording the events, but doing nothing to assist. One ordinary day, pretty young adult Caitlin is at home having a surprise birthday morning breakfast with her father when a knock at the door comes. When Caitlin answers, two face-covered men force themselves in, and when her father confronts them, he is shot. Caitlin receives a heavy blow to the head herself, waking up in hospital to learn that her father was killed by the intruders and that she herself died for some 3 minutes. 9 months later, Caitlin is still grieving and in recovery herself. She goes out for a run and witnesses a brutal attack upon a man walking innocently in the park. She and several bystanders just freeze and watch the incident, some even recording the event on their mobile devices, but not one of them helps the poor attacked man. The news later reports that the man was beaten to death, and what a tragic loss he was to society, being a good and decent man and giving as well, a philanthropist in charitable work. Caitlin is devastated and cannot sleep, feeling distressed and guilty about what happened to the man, who she later learns was named Douglas. She attends a midnight vigil for Douglas to discover a great deal of people in attendance and briefly meets Douglas's brother Lucas. The next day, Caitlin is having time out and about with her boyfriend Josh in a public dining part of town, only to overhear that one of the observers of the Douglas attack owns the restaurant they are outside of. The exact same time then of the attack chimes up, and suddenly from the top floor window the owner falls to his death below. But Caitlin witnesses what she thinks and sees as a black hooded person pushing the man out of the window, who then as quickly just disappears. Is Caitlin hallucinating, or is death coming to those who stood by and did nothing? Don't look back. Seemingly mobile phone calls from beyond the grave and momentary visions of an undead Douglas haunt Caitlin and her fellow bystander witnesses to murder. Death is, it seems, coming for them all, and even when the attacker of Douglas turns up dead, the witnesses are beset, and Caitlin experiences an invisible entity pulling at her. She believes that her choices and decisions in life are coming back to haunt her, and that karma is hounding the witnesses to death. Could the spirit of Douglas be unable to move on until the resolution of his crime is met? Or is the truth closer to this earth in its death-dealing evocation? If all this sounds a little familiar, and a turn on Final Destination, then it will come as no surprise that the director of Don't Look Back, Jeffrey Reddick, is the creator and writer of the original Final Destination from 2000, and indeed character developer for the franchise itself. The killings and their premises are similarly structured here, but with no convincing a red herring delivery. And the film as a whole kind of unconvincingly meanders along. Interestingly, one of the stars here is Rainn Wilson from American TV fame The Office, but he is not credited here in this movie. But back in 2014 he appears as the same news reporter character in director Jeffrey Reddick's short film Good Samaritan, which is clearly a test run short for what later enabled him to get funding for this full feature, from which Rainn Wilson's scenes are likely just ported over and inserted into the film. Don't Look Back is well enough made, and lead actress Kourtney delivers a sound performance and is very pleasant to watch. And the movie does deliver a final twisted turn on the truth come closure. Overall though, it's a could do better 4 out of 10 experience that never really is sure as to just what genre of film it is striving to become in its final destination. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Buckaroobanzai is pure nutty fun.
Okay.